Hey everyone, this is Melissa Roberto. My boys asked me to create some Ninja Turtle bracelets, and this is what I came up with. We have one of each of the turtles. You're going to need, for these, you're going to need 2 looms again. This is how we have them set up, so it's a bit unusual, pay close attention. The bottom, the middle 2 are staggered down, but they're at the same level together. Then the next ones are staggered up, and the last ones are staggered down again. So keep in mind the two middle ones are at the same level. You're also going to need the hook, a C-clip. You're going to need green rubber bands, white rubber bands, black rubber bands, and whichever turtle you're doing, you're going to need the color of their mask. In this case, I'm going to use Donatello, so we have purple. Don't go out and buy 2 looms, though. You can always get together with a friend and make these together, okay? Alright, so we're going to start from the center. Across the center, you place 1 green rubber band, and now we're going to work on the frame of the bracelet. So I'm moving to the left. I'm going to place another green out to the side, and now we get to that straight away. You're going to place 4 greens in a row up. Okay, this is oh, then we're going to do one of the mask color. So in my case it's purple because I'm working with Donatello. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. In order to get the narrow part of the head, we have to cross over into the next row. So you're going to cross over to the second row, and now we're going to continue up from here. We're not going to the end of the loom with the turtle. We're actually just going to go up another purple, another green, and cross over again to close off this bracelet. You don't actually need another band here, so you're just crossing over the one time. So we had started at the center, we did 2 bands over to the side, 4 green bands, a purple over, a purple up, a green, and then another green over. We're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side, heading towards the center. I'm going to pause the video here and then we'll come back when that's done. Okay, so I've moved to the last row. I moved over to the side, up with 4 green bands, a purple in, a purple up, another green, and then we come to the center. Keep in mind you don't really need a band here. You'll see why at the end of the bracelet. Okay? Alright, so now we're going to move to row 2, and we start with 2 greens. Then we're starting with the face now, the mouth. I use 2 blacks here in the same spot, so we just double up on our black band. It makes that face stand out a little bit better. We're going to move up with another green. Then another of the mask color, whatever color you're using. I'm using purple for Donatello. And then the eye is next. And this is going to be for, I placed 2 whites again to make the eye stand out a little better. So 2 whites together up to here. Alright, so to repeat that row, we did 2 greens, a black, there's a double black here, another green, a single purple, and a double white. Now you're going to repeat that same pattern over on this side, and we'll pause the video here and come back when that's done. Okay, so we've finished now that 4th row, 5th row in this case, I'm sorry, we have 6, so it's the 5th row here. So we, again, the 2 greens, a double black, a green, a purple, double white. The rest of this was completed in the first round. Now we're going to move to the center. So, starting to the left center pin again, I'm going to go up with 2 greens, another double black for the mouth, another green, again a green. Now the mask color again. So in my case it's purple. Another purple. and then 2 greens to finish. So that was green, green, black, green, green, purple, purple, green, and then green again. I'm going to pause the video here, repeat the same pattern on this last row of pins. Okay, so we've completed that last row. Over here we did 2 greens, double black, green, green, purple, purple, green, and then green. Remembering you don't have to worry about this yet. Okay, now there's a couple of areas here that we have to add. The next will be a crossover for the eye. It just gives it a little bit more of a look as far as the eyes are concerned. It makes them stand out. So you're going to start at the bottom of this, take another double white, and cross it over and up. So from the bottom of the pin with the whites, up and over. Same thing over on the other side. You're going to take 2 white bands, cross them up and over. Okay. Now we're going to make a little extension for where the bandana comes out. So starting with our hook, I'm going to cross over so we double up here, and you need 3 bands for this. We place 1 band here, pass this through, close that over, so we have this, and 1 more time, pass this through, bring it over, and now we have 3 links. I'm going to add these links to the loom. So I'm going to place them right here and take my hook out. So our 3 links have been now added to the loom here, going right over this pin. Okay. Now we're going to move on to our crossover bands. So with the crossover bands, we're going to go from these 4 pins all the way down. From here, every row will have a crossover band. At the top, the first and the last, I always twist them so they don't stick too far out of the bracelet. So we'll do the first and the last. Those will be green, and most of them will be green. As you go down, you're going to do another green, then we'll only have 2 of the mask color. So this green, then a purple. You're connecting the 2nd and the 5th rows with these. And then green all the way to the end. And I had already done the last one with the little twist. So starting at the top, you've a twisted green, then another green, going from these pins, then a purple, then green all the way to the end with the last one twisted. Now we do need to still connect these to the center. I only hook those at 3 spots. So starting from underneath the purple, I'll show you how to do those. We're going to go from all the way to the left, bringing it to that center pin here on the left. Then we're moving to the right center, all the way out to the right. And we're going to do that in 2 more spots going down. So from here, over, from here, over, and this is the last one. The reason I don't extend it down is that they start to stick out of the head. It gives it more of a round appearance if you let these taper in. So from underneath that purple crossover, then we start with these. From all the way to the outer one to the center, center out. Again, outer center, center out to these last ones. So 3 rows of those. And now we're ready to use the hook. So you're going to grab your hook. You're also going to grab another green rubber band. What you need to do with this is twist it. And you're going to place this twisted rubber band, let me do that again. You're going to place the twisted rubber band over those top 2 hooks. Now you flip the loom so that it faces away from you now. Those arrows are pointing towards you, I'm sorry. See the arrows? They're now pointing towards you. Okay, so starting from here, we're going to first clear these 2 pins. We're moving this band forward. So grab this band, hold this down so it doesn't pop up, and move forward. Same thing on this side. Grab that top band and move forward. Now we're going to want to cross these over. So you're going to grab this, move over, grab this, and move over. Now I'm going to start by traveling up the center to my left. You're just going to go forward. When I get to the eye, I will explain that because it's going to be a little tricky. So we're just moving forward. Bring our purple forward. Now we're going to do the eye first before we move forward again. So you're going to grab just the white part and hook that over to the side. You don't want to push this one down a little bit because you're going to need that space for later. Now proceed just straight forward to the end. Okay, what we just did, we're going to repeat on this next row that's in the center towards the right. Don't forget, you're going to hook the green, then hook the purple, then the eye first before you move forward with the other purple. I'm going to pause the video here and we'll come back when that's done. Okay, so I've completed this row going forward. I hooked the eye over and then proceeded forward to the end. Now I'm going to start with this row here, that second row. I'm going to move straight up the row, ignore the crossover band here until we get to this last row. So you're just going to go from here straight forward. I'm going to get started. So that bottom one forward, and you're always going for the farthest one to the bottom, except for here because we're not crossing over yet. So we're just going for the white at the eye. And bringing that forward. Okay, so now we've gotten to the end. Don't cross anything over, that's for the very end. So we went from here all the way up to the top. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Don't cross this band over. We're going to worry about that in just a moment. I'm going to pause the video here and we'll be back. Okay, so we've completed the second and the fifth row here. We went all the way to the end, and now we're going to work on these rows on the end, the first and the sixth. This is where we start the crossover. Don't forget that. If you forget that band, your whole bracelet's going to fall apart. So you reach for the bottom purple and now cross it over, and we're going to proceed up the row. Always remember to move this out of the way and move forward. Now this is hooked into the bracelet. We're going to cross over now and get to just this peg here towards the center and stop there. We're going to do the exact same thing. So we crossed over first, most important part of this row, crossing over first. Then we went straight forward, crossed over here, and then over here and stop here. Now we're going to do the other side. And don't forget that crossover band, that's the most important part of this row, where the whole bracelet will fall apart. We're going to pause the video and come back when all that is done. Okay, so now we've finished with this last row on the right. We crossed over, went straight up, crossed over, and now we have this one band that's underneath. We're going to use that to finish off this bracelet. So what I'm going to do is reach under and grab that band, pull it up through, and I'm going to hold on to that band. Then we're going to take the other side from this side, again reach down for that last band, pull it up and through, and hook them together. Hook those two together, and we're using that to finish our bracelet. Now we're ready to pull this off the loom. Be very careful as you do. You're going to want to lift it up a little bit to get it so that the bands don't break. The eye is going to be the trickiest part of removing it because there's so many bands hooked on in that area. Okay, so here we go. We have our Ninja Turtle. Now I'm going to add extensions here to make it a bracelet. You can use any method that you want for adding extensions. I'm going to use this method because I find it the easiest. Just going to hold that and add a couple. You can add anywhere from 6 to 12 really, depending on the size of the person wearing the bracelet. I'm just going to add 5 for now to keep it simple and show you how to finish this off. Okay, again, proceed as long as you need to. But we have some here. Now you use your C-clip and you're just going to hook it right over here so that your bands are held together. And now you just hook it to the top. There's a little loop here in the center. You're going to hook it to there. Easiest way sometimes to use the hook itself. So I'm going to hold that up and just hook onto there. And we have a Donatello Ninja Turtle bracelet. You can use the orange if you'd like Michelangelo, the red for Raphael, and the blue for Leonardo. The same process, just changing the color of the mask. So remember, if you're one of my patients and you make this, take a picture of it, post it on our Facebook page, or email it to us at info@rockawayortho.com. I hope you guys enjoy making this. Bye-bye.